Hello, and welcome to the Author Roundup, a special segment of the Book Connection Show where we meet up and coming indie authors and talk to them about their recently released books. Welcome to another episode of the Author Roundup, a special segment of the Book Connection Show. I'm Ray Walters. In this episode, we will be talking to a special guest. He received his PhD in 2017 from the Department of Mechanical Science and Engineering at Wichita State University. After having the lecturer experience, he joined the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Majma University in 2012. He received his tenure and promotion to be an associate professor in 2018 and is currently working in the same department as an associate professor. ME Head of Department from 2017 to current, Director of Engineering and Applied Sciences Research Center from 2019 to current, ME Quality Coordinator from 2017 to current, and Dean for Academic Affairs of Common First Year at Majma University from 2018 to current. Throughout his research experience, he has published 160 journal papers and 18 conference proceedings, edited 2 books, authored 4 book chapters and 1 laboratory manual, received 6 funded proposals, 6 patents, and 4 honors/awards, presented 10 presentations, chaired many international conferences, and reviewed several manuscripts in international journals in conference proceedings. 1 MS and 10 BS students have already graduated under his supervision and started working in different locations worldwide. According to the Web of Science, his scholarly activities with H-index 32 and I-10 index 62 have been cited more than 3,041 times and recognized by Stanford University's list published by Elsevier of the world's top 2 of the most cited scientists in single-year citation impact 2021, 2022, and 2023. Viewers and listeners of the Author Roundup, our guest for today, the author of Learning Limitless Knowledge, Transformative Learning Pathway to Unlocking and Harnessing the Endless Power of Knowledge, Dr. Ibrahim Alarifi. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Have a nice introduction. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being with us. It's a pleasure. Doctor, you've just recently published your work with Balboa Press. That was November of 2023. Learning Limitless Knowledge. Please tell us about your book.
Yeah, definitely. The Learning Limitless Knowledge is a book that teach us how to learn more effectively. It's based on the latest scientific research on learning, and it covers many topics, including how to set and achieve learning goals, overcome common learning challenges, use active learning techniques, remember information more effectively, create a positive learning environment.
That's a treasure trove of information right there. Setting goals, learning techniques in retaining information. That's very interesting. Let me ask you this, Doctor. What is the main message of your book?
Of course, Ray. The main message of the book is that anyone can learn anything they set their mind to, regardless of their age. It's not based on age. It's regard any age, the background or abilities. I believe everyone has a potential for limitless learning, and I want to help people unlock their full potentials as a learners.
That's just very encouraging, especially when you said that learning regardless of age and background. After all,
Yeah.
life is about learning, right? As we live through our lives, we learn.
Yeah.
I have here another interesting question to ask. What is the most important lesson you want readers to learn from your book?
Of course, Ray, the most important lesson I want the reader to take away from my book is that learning is a journey, not destinations. There is always more to learn and no shame in not knowing everything. And the important things is to be curious, open-minded, eager to learn new things.
Like that, doctor, when
Yes,
you
thank you.
said that learning is a journey, not a destination. If
Yes,
we're, I believe also that if we're able to appreciate the journey, we'll also
definitely.
appreciate the destination, right?
Of course.
That
It's
that's really nice.
it's a continuous achievements. That's why it's a main thing is journey.
Mhm.
If it's a end of the road, that means we stop learning. So once you set the goals, you have a new journey, and that's continuing in your lifelong.
Okay, because this is very interesting to me right now. You said it's a journey and it's continuous. So, what are the key strategies that you teach in your book for learning more effectively?
Sure, Ray. There is some key strategies that I teach in my book for learning effectively. Included first, setting a specific learning goals. Secondly, break down a large task into smaller and more manageable setup. And third one, using active learning techniques such as a repeat and recovery practice. Before the last, the strategies, taking a breaks and getting enough sleep. The last one, finding a learning environment that work for you. It's very important you choose the environments.
I
So
see.
we will have five key strategies, very important in this book.
Those are really useful strategies. Doctor, I'm just inserting this one in as a follow-up question. You said that we need to choose the environment where we learn. Will you also be talking about in your book a specific scenario? For example, I want to choose the environment that I want to be learning in, but unfortunately, I don't have appropriate option. Do you have something that would help me as a learner? What if I'm in an environment that is not conducive for learning or something like that?
It's not a lockdown environment. You have to
Mm.
choose, and mentally, your mindset should be taught by yourself. I can manage my time. I have to maximize my knowledge. I have certain goals to be achieved. These words is encouraging words. Even in you living in a space, as you mentioned, it's not a very good environment. The typical words that should everyone, if it's a bad environment, then I will stop learning. It
Mm.
depends on yourself that you have to tell your brain, mindset your brain, step back,
Mhm.
take some points, and then definitely, in my knowledge, the brain it must be grow up. So if you help yourself and this help you to be maximize your knowledge, this is the environment help you. If there is something, as you said, bad environment, and then definitely it's going up, but there is a decline curves in your knowledge. But at the end, you will achieve your knowledge.
I like that, doctor. I like it when you said that you have to also train your mind. It's introspective. As a learner, you also need to check yourself. What kind of a learner are you? And when you're faced with obstacles in during learning or in the learning process, there must be something that you can do as just opposed to like giving up on the idea that because you're not in a conducive environment that everything's just okay, it's over. It's not. And your book has this, and it's it's really nice. I have another question for you that's very interesting. how can your book help people to achieve their personal and professional goals? Now, why I'm asking this question, it's because we're totally different individuals, and I have my own set of personal and professional goals. And with that being said, how will your book be able to help us having different personalities, different targets, different goals?
Yes, you highlight some great points. In my book, can help people achieve their personal and professional goals by teaching them how more effectively learn. And when people can learn new things quickly and easily, they are more likely to success in their career and personal lives.
See.
So it's important you work on two things: your
Mm.
personal and your professional goals. So every year you must have set these goals, and you check at the end of years what is has been achieved or not, still in progress.
Right, I agree. Follow-up question on that. Our personal goals and professional goals, can these be considered as your true north?
Yes, definitely. What you mentioned is completely right. Some of the, even my opinion, some of the personal, it can be go as a professional and vice versa. You can work on yourself, help yourself, and this is as a personal, and then that's jump to a professional. So it's not a limited professional. That's mean your job or your careers. No, it's your lifelong learning.
Okay, have here
Yeah.
another question for you. We've already discussed, you've already mentioned earlier that one of the challenges in learning would be having that conducive environment. Can you give us more, like, other challenges that people would face when trying to learn new things? And anything particular that you can say on how that will help them overcome these challenges?
Yes, definitely. Some of the challenges that people are when they trying learning new things included how people postponing or postponement or delay. Many people put off and learning new things because they are afraid or afraid of failures, or because they find the process to be overwhelming. My book
Mhm.
provides readers with the strategies for overcome the postponement and getting start with the new learnings. Also, the second thing is the perfectionism. There is people, some people are afraid to make mistakes. They
Right.
think they are perfect, and they think is never comes out there from their mouth mistakes. So
Mm.
this is keep delaying. This preventing them from learning new things. My book teach the reader that mistakes are natural part of
Mm.
the learnings and essential for the growth. So it's very important when you want to be very successful, you must have some obstacle, you must do some mistakes and then learn from them. One more thing in anxiety is some people experience an anxiety when they're trying to learn new things.
Mhm.
My book provides readers with the strategies for meaning and creating learning environments.
Right. I I remember having that kind of mindset too, when you're scared to make mistakes while
Yes.
you're learning. And because I'm also involved in training, I also make it a point for my trainees to understand that the learning environment they're in is organized, and it is done in such a way that mistakes are welcome, because we learn from the mistakes that we create or that we encounter. But doctor, there's one thing I would like to ask. What about information overload? As a learner myself, it's when you get overwhelmed by information, what have you written so far in this book that you have published that will
Mm.
help us overcome information overload?
Yes, my advice to someone or feeling overwhelmed by the information they need to learn is to break it down into smaller and manageable chunks.
Mm,
So it's important on focus on the most important information first, and
mm,
finally it's important to breaks and get enough sleep. So this is important. You know, if people continuous working, no managing time.
right.
So this is will be overcrowded, and you will fail at the end.
Correct. I agree with you. Some of us would usually push ourselves to the limit without even considering rest, which is very much important. And it's not about working hard these days, it's about working wisely. And if you're able to manage your time, which is one way of working wisely, it's also going to help you learn. And you're right. I agree with you heavily on that. When you're trying to manage information overload, it's important to take breaks. It's important to rest, and it's
Yes.
important to know how to break down huge information into bite-sized pieces. This is an interesting book, Doctor.
If you allow me, Ray, there is one more thing in the book. Even I have mentioned some food are helpful proteins, and some I created tables. What is beneficial from eating? What
Mm,
is helping brain to develop some food?
mm,
So this nutritions was mentioned in the book. So even that it's helpful for recovery and start your achieving goal in the end.
all right. Doctor, if you would still allow me to ask this question, you said earlier that learning is continuous, learning is a journey. We learn throughout our lives. So I guess my question is, how do we stay motivated to learn throughout our lives?
Yes, of course. One way to stay motivated to learn throughout your life is to find topics that are passionate about it. When you are interested in something, you are more likely to be motivated to learn about it as well.
Mm,
Another way to stay motivated is to set a goals and track your progress. It's very important to track your progress. And finally, it's important that celebrate your success along the way.
all
So,
right.
yes, you can feel that you have achieved your goals.
All right. Well, author Dr. Ibrahim Alarifi's book is already out. Doctor, if I want to grab a copy of your book, where can I buy it?
You know, a thousand of websites you can access,
Mhm.
Amazon and all the publisher itself. I have my own page under my names. You can go and log in. There is a three options. You can get electronic copies or soft copy or hard copy. So it's very now a very easy access. Even in 1 second, you get the book.
All right. So your book's available in hardback, paperback, and ebook
Yes,
form.
and ebook
That's very good.
versions.
It caters to all of your different types of readers. Um, Lastly, Doctor, any ongoing or future planned activities that you want our viewers and listeners to look forward to? Maybe you can invite them.
Yes, definitely. I have one focus on these days in two things. One of the important things to our fresh graduates students, I have a plan start writing a book on the how to guiding them in get a job and how to learn the soft skills,
Mm,
and there is more how to achieve to be certified in the certain level of your backgrounds. So these things in the future will be a plan once. And the second things, I'm focusing on the scientific in my scientific academia background. I'm writing right now in 3D printing technology, a book, and the second book in the recycle material and innovation challenges, a book as well.
Well, that is setting your personal and professional goals right there in practice, Doctor. I'm looking forward to
It's
your works.
continuous. It's continuous
Continuous.
and endless of stop working.
All right. Well, Doctor, I hope you enjoyed your time with us today as much as I did. It has been a pleasure talking to you.
I hope these answers are helpful for the audience, and it's a great pleasure to join you, Ray. We have been through a lot of information, and I learned from you as well. Thanks for having me again. Well, you are welcome.
Looking forward to talk to you again
Thank
sometime,
you.
Doctor, once your other works are out. All
Sure,
right.
sure,
Well,
definitely.
yeah. Well, thank you so much to our YouTube viewers and podcast listeners. Please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This is Ray Walters, and see you again on the next episode of the Author Roundup.